Well, hello everyone. This is Ben. Looking forward to spending some time with you today. This is the live trading hour at lunchtime central on Thursday. Facebook Live, YouTube Live. We're just doing it live. So, what that means is that I get to help answer your questions. I'm going to walk through some things I see happening in the market and the charts. If you've got some questions and you're here live, this is a great place to get some answers to it. We do this live so that if you want to engage with us, you can get some answers to those questions. We're also going to find someone that's willing to come online live, talk about what's going on in the market, and give you what they think is happening with the market. That's not like I'm always going to get it right, but I'm a trader that's been doing this for a while. There's a few things I can see. And as someone who's been doing this for a while, I might call out some things that maybe you haven't considered. So that's what we're going to go through today. Again, if you've got some questions or comments, please get those in that window. And I'm looking, there we go. I do confirm that I am live and everything seems to be working. Perfect. All right, so here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to start talking about the market first. And at Tradeway, when we start thinking about the market, we look at the S&P 500. And in charts by Tradeway, that is .SPX. So if I type .SPX, I can see the index for the S&P 500 right there. So I click it, and then that loads it on my charts, and I can begin to start looking at it. Now, I prefer to look at the S&P on multiple time frames to begin to start making my own trade decisions. The analogy we like to use is the S&P is like the ocean. And as the ocean rises, the boats rise, and as the ocean falls, the boats fall. And in general, that can really affect your stocks. So we want to be cognizant, mindful, aware of what's the S&P doing, and we want to try to align our trades with that direction as much as possible. So it's not a stock per se, but it looks like a stock. So what does the market tell us it wants to do? All right, let's take a look. All right, so this is a 3-month view. So if I just see there, this is 3 months. Each one of these is a daily candle. And what I can see is that kind of on the short term, these moving averages, that's the 10-day is the red, the 50-day, these moving averages are all bunched up together. And when they get bunched up together like this, it's a little bit more of a sign of indecision, meaning the direction of the market isn't as clear. Let's look back in here. The 10-day, the 20-day, the 50-day, that's pretty bullish. And when you see those moving averages with this just math in pictures giving you a bullish indicator, that's when aligning a bullish trade makes sense. Now, when you begin to see moving averages cross, that's an early warning sign of either a change of trend or a rest. And you need to be careful in these sorts of situations to see what the market's going to do. And sure enough, it turned back to bearish. Look, 10, 20, 50. The 50's on top. That is a bearish configuration. So bullish, transition to bearish. What about now? Well, we might be transitioning back to bullish. And because in these transitionary phases, it makes trading more difficult because it's harder to know where the ocean's going, harder to know where the market's going. This is a time when trading can be more difficult, and it's a good time to maybe be not as aggressive. Maybe wait for greater confirmation of your trades and not treat trading like a gamble. All right, so again, if you got questions, you can go ahead and get those in that Q&A box. There's a comment section there that I'd be happy to be able to address your questions live for those of you who are on with me live today. All right, well, let's keep going here. That's the 3-month view. The 3-month view tells me I'm kind of in this sideways looking action. I've been bearish, I've been bullish, I may be, and again, I underscore may be transitioning back to bullish. What would I want to see from a short-term perspective? Well, you know, these are some pretty strong moves up, and I want to call something out here on the short-term chart. Take a look at this. Pricing action matters. Let's take a look at where is the top of the wick of today's pricing action. Whoa, is that coming across with anything that tells me that that's been an area the market has respected before? There, in this area, that was another battle zone range. Got pretty close there. I mean, this range, the market has been telling me, you know, this has been support, it's been resistance, it's been resistance, it's been support. We moved right up into an area where the market has battled it out. The bears and the bulls have battled in the past, and we pivoted down. All right, well, that kind of gives me some indications. The market might look to rest a little bit, And being this far extended from the moving averages would also support a rest. So if I can get a pullback down to these moving averages, the 10-day will probably come about to this range over the next couple of days. So that 4,000 range right at the bottom of that candle, if I can see the candlesticks come down, the moving averages come up, and the market bounce from that 4,000 area, which, oh, wait a minute, hold up. Watch this. Here's another horizontal line I want you to see. I'm going to go draw a line at that 4,000 area, and you tell me, do you see anything significant about that area? Well, yeah. Look, here's an area where it pivoted down. Here's an area where it broke through and moved up strongly. Here's an area where it looked like it was going to be support. It tried and then failed, right? This is another one of those battle zones. So in the sideways market, paying attention to these battle zones can really help you to try to figure out where's the ocean going? Where's the S&P 500 going? Bumping its head up against here, coming back down towards 4,000, where that 10-day is probably going to come up to that area in the next couple of days. If I can get a bounce from 4,000 with a moving average giving me some support, I could be in store for some decent uptrend trades right back up into that same area. And while I'm in this sideways range, normally it's the short-term trades lasting 1 to 2 days for our, things like our debit spreads that we talk about at our step 4. Those can be really powerful trades. But I'm not necessarily interested in entering a trade position that I'm going to have to hold for weeks to months because I just can't tell for sure what the market wants to do yet. So at Tradeway, we've got, I think, 45 different strategies in our toolbox. Not every strategy is right for every stage of the market. When you have these sideways, choppy moves, trying to leverage spreads can often be the least difficult way for you to approach the market. And when a market looks like this, it's a great time to not have full-size trade positions. We talk about that all the time, the money management that you have. How big of a trade are you willing to put on? What's your stop outs? What's going to cause you to do an entry? And what's your profit targets? Plan your trade, trade your plan. All right, so let's zoom out a little bit more on the market. Let's see. So that was 3 months. Does the 6-month view tell us anything? Oh, interesting. All right, so going back to those horizontal lines that I drew came back into play back here. Wow, that 4,000 line came in again. So we are right sandwiched in between these historical battle zones. This market has basically just gone sideways for 6 months. For 6 months, this market has gone sideways. It's gone a little up, it's gone a little down, it's gone a little up, it's gone a little down, it's gone a little up. That is really hard long-term investing, playing out on the charts, right? So your buy and hold managers are really going to struggle because they're like, oh, the bottom's in, let's get. Tradeway's like, we don't think the bottom is in yet. Let's wait for the market to prove it. All right, let's keep going out. That's 6 months. What does the 1 year tell us? Oh, wow. Those same battle lines are coming. We've actually been going sideways for almost a year now. That's really difficult for a buy and hold manager, but a trader can take advantage of these cycles and these movements that happen in the chart. And that's why Tradeway advocates that you take a more active, shorter term approach with a portion of your funds. Sideways motion for a year has not been good. But I can also see on this 1 year chart, I had a really, really, really good bolded out downtrend. And then I broke it. I mean, the market broke through its downtrend. All right, so right here, back January, the beginning of the year, we broke out of these trend lines, and you can see those moving averages were starting to give some bullish signals. And we went back to bearish. Now we're transitioning again. Is this sideways chop, which is what we like to call it? It's just kind of choppy. You can't really tell. Is this sideways chop going to continue? I don't know. I can't see the future, but I can see the chart is telling me it is indecisive. If I get a hold of these moving averages and a bounce, I'm then going to start watching that 4,200. Oh, wait a minute. Watch that 4,200 area. Let's draw a line there. I'm just trying to get you to see there's levels where the market respect. That's almost magical. Look at that. came up, hit 42 and fell. And it's the same areas that the market was struggling through in the past. So I watch these targets. If I get some bullishness, 4,100, 4,200 becomes the next targets that I watch for action. And with this sideways looking move, it wouldn't surprise me to see the market move up and then move back down again, move up, move back down again until we get enough of a catalyst to either push us bullishly upward, which with all that's going on in the news, that's a long shot, or push us down strongly because of things like a recession. If we get a recession, chances are this market is going to drop, and especially if we're in a recessionary period where the Fed continues to raise rates, that will not be good for the market. So there's some fairly significant long-term issues at play here where we're trying to call out. This is a great time for you to be defensive in the long term. This is a great time for you to be cautious in your short term and align your short-term trades with the cycles. And right now, we've got some bullish action, looking to maybe get a little bit of a pullback. I'm personally going to be looking for some more bullish trades. And if I can start to see that pullback and a rest and a bounce, that's the sort of entry triggers that I love to try to find in the market. And then I can align my short-term trades with the short-term market tone. And that becomes more how TradeWay suggests you want to think about being a trader. Don't go against the market, go with it. And when you go with it, the traders that go with the market find it's often easier to trade. There's no guarantee that your trades are going to work because there can always be some unexpected news item, but we're trying to create a mathematical probability system. And these pictures that you see in math give us an opportunity to be able to create and structure trades based on the past, based on the pivots, so that we can try to have greater odds of success in our trades. All right, so what does that look like? Well, so I just told you that I might need bullish trades and I might need bearish trades. How can I use some of the charts and some of the tools that TradeWay provides to maybe get some quick and easy ways in which maybe to find some stocks? Well, why don't I show you a couple things that are built right into charts? And when you've got our subscription to charts and you get access to some of the things that are here, let me just show you. Underneath Fine is this thing called Scans. And under Scans, I can see I've got lots of different things. I just want to call out, here is an outlook. Outlook means what's the stock showing me based on the trends. So if I come down, I can see that here's some bullish outlooks. What is the outlook for bullish stocks? I can see 30-day best performers. Oh, look at this rising channel. All right, so at TradeWay, we talk about that all the time. We are looking for a channeling stock. An uptrend stock is one of the strongest patterns that we can potentially find. When we're in a bullish environment looking for up trades, look for channeling stocks that are uptrending. Well, look, I mean, how hard was it for me to be able to go get a list of stocks that I can now go take a look at? And for those of you who are like, how do I quickly get that list? Well, let me show you. There's a button right here. See that little up arrow? That is an export feature. And when you export, you can see it's going to put an Excel spreadsheet. I can open up that Excel spreadsheet and let me pull it over to my other monitor. And now I can see those symbols. Now watch this. I'm just going to take these symbols and I'm going to copy them. Might need to go back and watch this one, right? I'm going to copy them. I'm going to come back to my chart. And now I can paste those symbols right here in that box. See that box right there where I've got SPX? I'm just going to click. I'm going to right click. I'm going to paste. Oh, doesn't let me paste. All right. On my Windows or Mac, if you do a Control V as in Victor, Control V is to paste. And you see there's the symbols. I can just click it and it's going to add all those symbols to my list. If you're on a Mac, it's the Command key, that Mac key with the V for paste. Command V on a Mac, Control V on a Windows PC. And now I can just step through. Is NVIDIA a good looking stock? Man, it is. It's not at a great buy point. It looks like it needs a rest too, but man, those 10-day bounces have been powerful. You think if I get a couple of days of rest on the S&P, I might get a couple of days of rest on NVIDIA and maybe set up for a new trade? Well, that's worth watching. Salesforce.com, CRM. Well, it's got the exact same sort of look as NVIDIA. It's starting to show me it probably wants to rest after a really strong move with those 10-day moving averages. ATVI. Whoa, what's up with that? Well, that one's too far gone, and I've got earnings coming up, so I'm gonna have to skip that one. How I'm showing you right from the tool sets how you can begin to think about how you want to structure a trade. All right, so that was the bullish side. Let's go back. Let's talk about what about on the bearish side? Well, if I get a breakdown instead of that bounce up, which could happen, I want to be prepared for the other side of the trade. Come into the bear. Now, on the bear, take a look at this. Declining channel has 100 results. See that right there? Now, when I did this on the bullish, I only had maybe 20. Does that tell you that this market still isn't really all that healthy? That's what it tells me. I've got a lot more stocks setting up from a long-term downtrend than what I have trends of stocks setting up for the bull. So I'm being cautious here, especially on my bullish trades. I can see that there's a lot of really big names on this list where they are in a declining channel. And that gives me as a trader, that gives me pause. I'm looking at these names. These are like the biggest companies on the planet, and they're in downtrends. That tells me to be careful. All right. So if I wanted these stocks to be on a list, watch, I'll just do the export again. All right. Here's that export button. Click. All right. Going to open it. Oh, went on my other monitor. Going to open it. Here's all those stocks. I'm just going to take the first 25, 26 stocks. I'm going to right click, copy, come back over here to my chart, come back into this, paste it. Oh, I can't right click paste. What was that sequence again, Ben? Oh, Control V to paste. Now all those stocks are right there. And if I just click, it's going to put those stocks in the window, and now I can start to look at them. All right, so there's a downward channel on Amazon that could be breaking out. I got earnings coming up. I'm going to have to be mindful of that. Tesla's been in a down channel. Whoa, yes, it has been. It's been in a down channel. Now it's kind of going sideways. If market tone gets soft, it's kind of double top looking pattern. Tesla could be ready for the next fall, especially if the ocean's dropping. The S&P, the ocean, if it starts to drop, it has a tendency to pull stocks like Tesla down with it. ExxonMobil. This one's interesting, right? I mean, it's kind of gone sideways to down. I mean, it's coming right up into some pretty strong moving averages. Is it ready to roll back over again and continue the downtrend? Market rolls over, this stock could too. All right, so how hard was it to do for me to just go get some stocks to look at, to figure out what the S&P was doing? Well, when I have the right tools, the right opportunities for being able to approach the market, that's what traders can do. And we can go out, quickly take a look at what's the conditions, what's the market look like. Am I ready to do some trades now? Let me go find some trades that look like they're aligning with the market. And let's see if we can go apply our tool sets to be able to do these shorter term trades and maybe pull out some of those larger ROIs that are possible when you learn the skill sets of trading. And if it doesn't do what we expect, another huge part of the trading skill set is knowing when and how to stop out. And those of you who are part of the Tradeway family, you know that. We talk all about it. We want you to be able to create a plan. You need to know what your stop outs are to be able to protect yourself emotionally. You need to know what your entry criteria is, and you need to be able to set a target so that you take your profits so that you don't get greedy and just watch a winning trade turn into a losing trade because you think it's going to go to the moon. Leverage your trading skills, control your emotions. Things can get really interesting for people that learn these skill sets. Stopping out is a huge part of you learning how to be a successful trader. All right. Well, I do not see any live questions. I do see I had quite a few of you online today. I'll give you one more opportunity. If you've got any questions live, let me know. Otherwise, we will call this one done. Okay. Well, I think that we had a great session today, friends. I really hope that you enjoyed this quick how-to tutorial. I walked you through some great things. How's the market behaving over time? How do I use different time frames? I walked you through how to use charts to be able to potentially find bullish or bearish trends, and it wasn't that difficult. We got it done in 20 minutes. You can do the same thing. Appreciate you being here. Have a great day.